Deep in the shadows of ancient forests lurks a mystery that has captivated minds for centuries. Sasquatch, myth or reality? Join us to uncover the secrets of this elusive giant. Hello, dear viewers. Wishing you all an amazing day filled with positivity and energy. If you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, please support the channel by subscribing and giving a like. Your support means the world and motivates me to create even more awesome videos. Sasquatch, also known as Bigfoot Yeti in some contexts, snowman or skookum from an indigenous word meaning wild man, is a mythological creature deeply rooted in North American folklore. The name Sasquatch originates from the Halkomelem word SASCQUATCH, used by indigenous peoples of British Columbia. This name has become synonymous with a mysterious humanoid creature said to inhabit remote forests and mountains. Tales of Sasquatch trace back to the mythology of North American indigenous peoples, particularly tribes of the Pacific Northwest, such as the Salish, Kwakiutl, and Chimakum. For these communities, Sasquatch was not merely a beast, but a spiritual entity, a bridge between humans and the wild. In stories of the Stolo people, Sasquatch is described as a wild man of the forest, capable of being both a protector and a threat. Some tribes, like the Lakota, linked similar creatures to ancestral spirits or guardians of sacred places. In folklore, Sasquatch often appears as a being that avoids humans but occasionally steals food or tools from hunters. Some legends attribute supernatural abilities to it, such as becoming invisible or moving at incredible speeds. European settlers, encountering these stories, began to add their own interpretations, shaping the image of Bigfoot as a mysterious monster. By the 20th century, the Sasquatch myth became part of popular culture, but its roots remain in the oral traditions of indigenous peoples. For instance, in Kwakiutl mythology, there is a creature called Zunaqua, resembling Sasquatch, a giant hairy humanoid with a terrifying cry dwelling in the mountains. Sasquatch is envisioned as a massive humanoid creature whose appearance inspires both awe and curiosity. Its height, according to descriptions, ranges from 6.5 to 11.5 feet, with a weight of 600 to 1,100 pounds. Its body is covered in thick matted fur, ranging in color from dark brown to black, sometimes with shades of reddish or gray, allowing it to blend seamlessly with the forest landscape. The fur appears coarse, tangled in places, with long strands hanging from the shoulders and back, like a cloak woven by nature itself. Sasquatch's face is a haunting blend of human and animalistic features. Its forehead is low, with prominent brow ridges jutting out like ancient cliffs, and its deep-set eyes glow with a dark, almost hypnotic light. The nose is broad and flattened, resembling that of a gorilla, while the jaw is massive with a protruding chin. Some accounts mention sparse facial hair, revealing rough, wrinkled skin as if carved by wind and time. The teeth, when glimpsed, appear large but not fang-like, suggesting a more herbivorous than predatory nature. The creature's torso is broad, with a powerful chest and long muscular arms that dangle nearly to its knees. Its shoulders are disproportionately wide, exuding an aura of unbreakable strength. The legs are sturdy, slightly bent, with enormous feet, giving rise to the nickname Bigfoot. Footprints attributed to Sasquatch measure 16 to 24 inches in length, with 5 toes resembling human ones, but broader and flatter. Sasquatch's movements are described as graceful despite its size. It walks with a heavy but confident gait, occasionally breaking into a run that seems unnaturally swift for such a large creature. Its posture is slightly stooped, yet it carries an air of latent power, like an ancient warrior poised for action. Sasquatch is a child of untamed wilderness, and its home lies in the most secluded corners of North America. The dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, such as Olympic and Mount Rainier National Parks, are considered its primary refuge. Here, among ancient cedars and firs, where sunlight barely pierces the thick canopy, Sasquatch roams in the shadows, leaving only the rustle of leaves and rare footprints on damp soil. The Sierra Nevada and Rocky Mountains are also said to be its domain. In these rugged rocky landscapes where winds howl like ancient spirits, Sasquatch hides in moss-covered caves or dense juniper thickets. Glacial streams cascading from mountain peaks and dark lakes ringed by pines serve as its water sources, while forest clearings become places for nocturnal rest. Eyewitness accounts place Sasquatch in areas where nature remains untouched, places without roads, where human voices sound alien. The swamps of Louisiana, like Honey Island, or the forests of the Appalachians are also considered its territory. These locales are shrouded in mist and mystery, as if the earth itself guards the secret of its existence. In the imagination, Sasquatch becomes part of the landscape. Its silhouette merges with the contours of trees, and its footsteps echo through canyons like an ancient rhythm of the earth. Sasquatch is an enigmatic creature whose character varies by source. In most legends, it avoids humans, preferring solitude in the shadows of the forest. Its habits resemble those of large primates. Cautious yet curious, it sometimes watches people from afar, remaining unseen. Some stories portray it as a guardian of the forest, scaring off hunters or loggers by breaking branches or emitting a loud, bone-chilling cry. Sasquatch is not considered a ferocious predator, but its behavior can be intimidating. It is thought to feed primarily on plants, berries, roots, nuts, but may occasionally hunt small animals like deer or rabbits. Folklore mentions it stealing fish from nets or food from camps, but always covertly, avoiding direct contact. Its harm is more about intimidation than actual damage. Witnesses report rocks thrown in their direction or broken trees, possibly marking territory. Its cry, a low guttural roar transitioning into a high-pitched howl, has become legendary, believed to be a way to ward off intruders. In some stories, Sasquatch displays almost human-like empathy. Indigenous myths recount instances where it aided lost hunters by leaving food or guiding them to safety. More often, however, it remains a neutral observer, its presence felt as a heavy but non-hostile force. The origin of the Sasquatch myth can be explored through several lenses: cultural, biological, and psychological. Sasquatch likely emerged as part of indigenous mythology, reflecting their connection to nature. For tribes living in harmony with the forests, it may have symbolized the untamed power of the wild, or a spiritual presence. With the arrival of Europeans, these stories evolved, taking on sensationalized traits that amplified Sasquatch's monstrous image. Some researchers propose that Sasquatch is a relic species, possibly a descendant of Gigantopithecus, a large primate that lived in Asia about 1 million years ago. However, this theory is challenged by the lack of fossil evidence in North America. Others suggest Sasquatch could be an unknown species of bear or primate adapted to forest environments. The absence of genetic material or verifiable physical evidence keeps this hypothesis speculative. Sasquatch may be a product of human imagination, a manifestation of fear of the unknown. Remote forests where one can easily become lost inspire tales of mysterious creatures. The phenomenon of pareidolia, seeing familiar shapes in random forms, may contribute to sightings. Moreover, myths of wild men are universal, appearing in various cultures, such as Yeti in the Himalayas or Almasti in the Caucasus, suggesting an archetypal origin. Cryptozoologists argue that Sasquatch is a real but elusive creature, evading humans due to its stealth. They cite footprints, hair samples, and eyewitness accounts, but the scientific community deems these insufficient. Eyewitness reports of Sasquatch number in the hundreds, if not thousands, particularly in the US and Canada. One of the most famous is the 1967 incident when Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin filmed a short video in Bluff Creek, California. The footage, known as the Patterson-Gimlin film, shows a large humanoid creature striding through the forest. It remains contentious, with some calling it a hoax and others viewing it as the only visual evidence of Sasquatch's existence. Other accounts come from hunters, hikers, and rangers. In 2000, a group of hikers in Oregon claimed to have seen Sasquatch crossing a river, describing it as a tall, hairy creature with long arms. In 2015, a driver in Michigan reported a huge silhouette darting across a road at night. Many accounts are accompanied by discoveries of footprints, often showing clear toe impressions and appearing too large for a human. Skeptics, however, note that such tracks are easily fabricated, and hair samples attributed to Sasquatch frequently turn out to be from bears or humans. Sasquatch has become a pop culture icon, appearing in films, books, games, and TV shows. In media, its image is often exploited for sensationalism. In the 1950s, newspapers ran headlines about the snowman, popularizing the term Bigfoot. In 2008, 2 Georgia men claimed to have found a Sasquatch body, later admitting it was a costume. In cinema, Sasquatch appears in films like Harry and the Hendersons, 1987, where it is portrayed as a friendly creature, or in horror films like Exists, 2014. TV shows like Finding Bigfoot on Animal Planet focus on the search for evidence of its existence. In video games, Sasquatch appears as an Easter egg or minor character. In Grand Theft Auto 5, players can encounter it in the forests of San Andreas. Red Dead Redemption 2 includes a mission tied to hunting Bigfoot, nodding to American folklore. Social media, particularly the X platform, also fuels Sasquatch stories. Users share photos of strange tracks or blurry silhouettes, though most such evidence fails scrutiny. Sasquatch remains one of the most enduring legends of our time. It embodies humanity's yearning for mystery, a symbol of the wild, and a reminder that even in the 21st century, the world is full of enigmas. Whether it exists or not, Sasquatch continues to inspire, frighten, and captivate, lingering as a shadow in the forests of our imagination.